And now you can see the Anime and Alcohol Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour. Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information. It's Sunday morning, 8 a.m. That means it's time to drink some beer and talk some anime and other stuff. This is the Anime and Alcohol Show, live here on Rough Edge FM, with your host, Devin Crow.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, look at that.
What the fuck? Morning.
We got a new wipe to play with, even though it's set up wrong, but
Yeah, it's like,
there we go.
there we go. That was funny.
That's Jim's always playing with this machinery, and so I always come in here and there's something's a little different, which keeps me guessing. I like that. So it's been almost a month, dude.
I know, it's been almost a month.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're back. We're back in all of our glory. I look like I haven't shaved in a month, and I kind of haven't.
I was pretty bad too. I forgot to bring a razor to Hawaii. Not that you can't find a razor in Hawaii, because you can, but my neck was just a carpet of beard hair. It was disgusting. So anyway, I'm back, and glad to be back. We got lots to talk about.
We have lots to talk about. We have quite a bit.
You know what? Let me talk about this. I just got back from Hawaii, and great time. 2 weeks there was awesome. But I will tell you that I have never been more affected by mosquitoes there than I was this time. And I guess it's because of all the rains they've had there constantly. And then the humidity comes, and man, it was bad. We were at one place, one of our favorite restaurants, Happy Talk, and I could just feel the mosquitoes biting me constantly.
Yeah.
So I thought what they should do is probably call Pro Pest Solutions.
You just needed to bring some little portable Inticare. That's what you needed.
That's what I did need. We had wipes and sprays and stuff like that, and they would kind of work.
Yeah.
But I got bit probably 100 times, man.
I mean, when you're in a full tropical environment, because we're subtropical, you know, we have occasional tropical moments and stuff like that, enough to really harbor mosquito activity. But when you're in a full tropical jungle environment, yeah, you're definitely...
There's not a whole lot they can do about it, right? I mean, this restaurant we were at, Happy Talk, is a full outdoors restaurant. There's no indoors anywhere here. So what are they going to do to prevent the mosquitoes from getting in?
Netting.
Yeah.
Netting around the table.
Well, then you ruin the view.
No, you can have like umbrellas with like that netting that goes over it, and it's like clearish. You know, it looks dark from the outside, but when you look through it, it's clear.
I guess that's an option. It was really bad though. Food was great. Everything else was great, but the mosquitoes were bad. Anyway, Crow's Pest Solutions. You've been selling a lot of mosquitoes.
I've been busy. I've just been busy in general. And not necessarily mosquitoes, just service in general. Yeah,
it's summer.
This is the busiest I've been since I started, and I put a little advert on a local Facebook group. It was kind of funny because I was at an account and I found a spider that's the most commonly misidentified. God, that is really dark behind me.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, it's kind of blue almost. Also, the camera is not center.
Well, you know,
that's way better.
Sometimes you want to use the 1, 2, 3.
Someone was looking over
rule of thirds.
But the spider I found, it's called a Titiotus californicus. And before you say bless you, thank you. And it's commonly referred to as like the false wolf spider. I don't like common names just because people make up and jumble up everything. But I was like, you know what? I took a picture of it on my hand, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should put it up on some of the local Facebook groups and be like, hey, this is so and so, and this is, you know, one of the most commonly requested identifications that I get, and I specialize with spider identification and yada yada yada, and you know, this is not a brown recluse, and this is actually this, and blah blah blah, and you know, and like I think kind of like slowly go into a, you know, if you know you have bugs in your home you don't want, or you have spiders in your home you don't want, feel free to give me a call. And you know, it was just a very like non-intrusive advertisement. It was just really mild and just kind of like
informational and friendly.
It was very informational and educational, and kind of just telling everybody that this is not something to be feared. And it was on my hand, and it wasn't a very big one either. It was a juvenile male, and it was like kind of sitting on the cusp of my palm right here. And it blew up. And of course there was the people that were like, this is what a brown recluse did to me, and blah blah blah, yada yada. And it's just like, you know, I learned to ignore those, you know, as much as I want to be like, well, you know, there's nothing I'm going to say is going to change that person's mind.
That's true.
You know, nothing I'm going to say, you know, a doctor told them a brown recluse bit them, therefore a brown recluse bit them. Nothing I'm going to say is going to change their mind.
And so, what is the most misdiagnosed thing in all of California?
Brown recluse.
Yeah, and insect bites in general are always missed, you know, because nobody can tell you from a bite what it's from.
Correct.
They can give you a general idea. Yeah. It's just a guess.
And like the necrosis that a brown recluse bite causes is incredibly rare reaction, and it's grossly misunderstood.
And there's other spider bites that can cause that kind of reaction, right?
No, but it's not necessarily the venom that's causing a reaction. Right. It's an infection. You know, literally 99.9% of the time, it's not the venom that's causing this. You know, if someone was bitten by a spider, it also could have been bitten by a mosquito or anything else like that, or even a scratch that looked like a spider bite. It's an infection that sets in. You know, it's a secondary issue, and then the infection sets in, and then you get staph or MRSA, and then that's spreads and cause scarring and necrosis and dead tissue and so on and so forth. So
yeah, I told you about my friend John, who swore up and down, still to this day swears up and down, he was bitten by a brown recluse in his mobile home out in Ventura. I told him there are no brown recluses in Ventura. No, it was, I know. So I asked him, I said, well, did it have that familiar symbol on it? Because there's like a symbol that's on those spiders. And I said, it's shaped like a cross, like the cross that Jesus hangs on. He goes, yeah, it had that. I said, yeah, it's not a cross, John. It's a violin.
Yeah.
You just wanted it so bad to be a brown recluse.
Yeah. But, you know, I just did this really friendly educational post, and I mean, it got over almost 150 reactions to it, multiple comments. And I just started getting just DMs like crazy. I mean, and here's the thing, like I've advertised on these local groups for a while, all of last year, all of summer last year, barely anything. You know, I'd get some of my customers like, Devin's the greatest, you know, but like I wouldn't get much from that. And then this one post that was just like, it also obviously had a big go-getter, you know, picture associated with it that would get someone looking. But I did not expect that at all. And I'm starting up someone tomorrow.
Got a customer from
I got a customer that I'm going to tomorrow to sign up. And I mean, one client, you know, one new customer on a post that didn't cost me anything. That's phenomenal. So, I mean,
well, and it's not, you know, you got to remember the fact that like most of your customers, they spread.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do a great job for that person. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their friends. It's like shampoo.
Yeah. And the thing is like, it's nice because like, you know, I could go and knock on doors or leave door hangers behind, and that, you know, that obviously cost me my time. That cost me supplies and materials to put door hangers on doors, and I may not see a return on that. This cost me nothing but, you know, 45 minutes of proofreading and sending it to Scott and writing it up and making sure it sounded nice and not AI. And that was it. You know, I didn't door knock, I didn't put any flyers down or anything else like that, and I got one client out of it. That's a phenomenal return.
It is. That's awesome. That is incredible. So good for you. So anyway, that's Crow Pest Solutions.
Yeah, Crow's Pest Solutions.
Email Devin at Crow's Pest Solutions, and he'll get back to you and take care of your crows.
Yeah.
Now, I know for some reason a lot of you are listening in Ireland these days. I don't know why, but our Ireland listeners have almost matched our American listeners at this point. It's a very interesting phenomenon. Devin can't go to Ireland.
I cannot.
So
unfortunately, I'm not licensed in Ireland. Probably because the alcohol
kills most of them.
No, it's probably why we get a lot of Irish viewers. The alcohol consumption that we do on the Friday Shot Day show.
I don't know. I just noticed that this week, and like I said, it caught up this week. The Irish listeners are almost identical to American listeners now. So
yeah,
that's good. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, we always appreciate a listen.
Yeah. So we have a comment in the room. What is that?
It's Stream Elements. It's not
a real comment.
Yeah, it's just
okay. That's just confirming. So would you watch any anime over the past couple of weeks?
I watched a lot of anime. If you want to pull it up, because we had all the new stuff from Crunchyroll that aired.
Let's go to Crunchyroll.
Let me I totally forgot to add these to my self-plug.
Spring 2026 anime season lineup announced?
Yes. Give me a second here. I gotta end these.
We're also going to talk about a movie called Dust Bunny that Devin asked me to watch. I didn't watch any movies for about 2 weeks because it's difficult when you're on vacation in Hawaii. You do other things. You can't really watch a movie at the beach. So I came back and he said, have I seen Dust Bunny? I had not, but I was glad I did afterwards. So
yeah, it's a fun movie. Yeah, it is a fun movie.
We'll get into details on that a little bit later, but it was very interesting. And it was by Brian Fuller, who's the writer and director and creator of Pushing Daisies, which is a TV series that was very popular for a while. And also he does some work for Star Trek as well. So we'll talk about Dust Bunny coming up shortly.
Yeah.
So first, we're going to talk about these new 2026 anime season picks.
Yes. Okay. So we have Demons of the Shadow Realm. I did watch that. I watched the new episode yesterday. Really, the synopsis that Crunchyroll gives: two twins find themselves in a battle between those who can control supernatural beings called daemons. That is a literal garbage synopsis for this anime.
A lot of them are, though, right?
Yeah. So it starts off in like this, what looks like old Japan, right? Like they're living in these older style homes on on this field, and all of a sudden the town, our main character, which is the boy in the middle there, is under attack and people are getting killed, and this barrier all of a sudden breaks. It starts off with this barrier breaking, and this town is exposed to the real world, and it turns out there was this protective barrier that was hiding it from the world. And it's not old-time Japan, it's actually modern day Japan, and it was just being protected by this barrier. And now the town is under attack because they're after our main character, and he ends up controlling these things called daemons, which a select group of people, and now there's this power struggle for to try and recover this. There's like two factions fighting. We don't really know who's good or evil yet, but it's an interesting anime. It really is an interesting anime.
Explain to me why it seems like old Japan and then you realize it's modern Japan.
There was like this barrier that was covering this town, this magical barrier that was covering this town.
So once they got out of that barrier?
Once the barrier was broken, you realize, because like the barrier is broken, all of a sudden these people are looking up and there's planes flying through the sky, and they're like, what is this fucking dragon? The sky dragon, and yada, yada, yada. So this is the Demons of the Shadow Realm. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little anime. I will say this season is pretty weak as far as the anime goes wise.
For this particular one,
this particular season, not this particular anime, this particular season in general is definitely not as interesting. And you know what, to be completely honest with you, spring anime typically tends to be a little weak or lackluster. So
you're not surprised, but
no, I mean, occasionally we'll get a real banger spring anime season, and then summer will come around and we'll get kind of a shit summer, and then kind of vice versa. So this one's a little lackluster. There's a handful of stuff in there, like the next one that I'm going to talk about is Witch Hat Altair. Very, very, very interesting anime. Oh God, I hope you don't do this for every single fucking anime I talk about. He's downloading the image, and then he has to
production,
and then he has to convert the image because it's on Crunchyroll, so it's like a web image because Crunchyroll likes to protect every little thing that they put their dick on. And then
well, I would too. Who can blame them?
Well, it's not like all these pictures are more readily available all over the internet.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if we weren't on the Crunchyroll page, I would say that's 100% true. Okay, So go ahead. Let's talk about that one.
So this starts off with our main character. She's the blonde girl, and she is kind of obsessed with magic, and she lives Coco's dreams of casting magic may become a reality after he uncovers a secret and becomes an apprentice. A pretty fair little synopsis into what they. Yeah, it's not terrible. She is given a book about magic and spells and so on and so forth, and she's kind of obsessed with it. She works with her mom in this little hut, and they're I don't know, tailors, I guess, make clothes. And one day,
is that what Atelier means?
Altair.
I don't know that. I don't know that word.
Atelier. No, it's like a magic workshop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the guy in the white in the top, what is that? Right hand side for you guys?
On Devin's side. Let's put it that way.
He's kind of like the main, he's the main witch. And she thinks that you have to have magical powers in order to use magic. And it's kind of shown that you don't actually need magical powers. You just need a special type of ink, and you need to know what the sigils and stuff. But she ends up going back to this book that she was given that has all these spells, and she starts trying out these spells for herself. And it turns out that, she can use them. And she inadvertently uses dark magic or forbidden magic and kills her mom.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well,
but intentionally kills her mom, or
no, unintentionally. Unintentionally. She starts doing these spells, and she's like, oh, well, I can do this. Well, let me trace one of these spells. So she traces one in the book, and all of a sudden these giant crystals start coming out everywhere, and he jumps in. He jumps out of nowhere, and he's like, what did you use? And his mom her mom gets engulfed by these crystals, and then he takes her, and he's going to wipe her memory, and she doesn't want to wipe her memory because then she'll never remember her mom. And so she has information on where this came from, so he decides to take her in as an apprentice. And so that's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay.
Very interesting anime.
And how's the anime style?
Animation's very, very good. I would say this is probably one of the better ones that animation-wise
that helps.
That has come out. Yeah, so we can keep scrolling. Reincarnated Slime Season 4. Everyone's looking forward to that.
Yep. Is there something going on in theaters for? That time I got reincarnated.
Yeah, there's a new movie coming out.
I think I saw that on the list somewhere.
Yeah, I think it comes out next week.
I wasn't sure whether it was going to be a full release or if it was going to be one of those.
It's a limited release.
One of those.
Like a Fathom event.
Yeah,
it's a Fathom event.
Okay. You didn't watch Dr. Stone Science Future?
No, I did. I can't stand the animation on Dr. Stone.
Okay.
I mean, skip those 3. We can skip those 3.
This is what he means by a weak season.
Yeah, we can skip those 3. Skip those 3. Again, a lot of these are just slice of life shit and like other things that I've watched season 1s, 2 and didn't like, so we could skip those. Yep, so there's another skip. Okay.
You found some.
I didn't know Kill Blue was on Crunchyroll. I thought that was Netflix only. I haven't watched it yet, but a legendary hitman is reborn as a middle schooler and must navigate his new unexpected student life. I've been meaning to watch it, and I thought it was Netflix. I didn't know it was on Crunchyroll.
So this is like Sakamoto goes back to school.
Kind of. Only his original character dies, and he's now a middle schooler.
Well, Sakamoto can't die, so that's the difference.
Yes. Killed Again, Mr. Detective. I think I watched the first 2 episodes of that. I'm going to start picking it up again when there's a handful of episodes. It's a good binge-worthy anime. But the son of a star detective uses his mysterious power of rebirth to solve cases, no matter the consequences. I like a good detective anime. I just like to binge watch them.
Yeah.
But like the first episode, he gets stabbed in the throat, and he dies when he's working on this case on a cruise ship, and he comes back to life.
So is he reborn every time he dies?
No, he just.
I'm trying to base it on this.
He just revives.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
revives. Of course, he's not starting out as a kid again.
Yeah. No, he just revives again and heals. So, it's decent. I would say binge it. I don't know if you want to wait weekly for it, but
okay.
I've been wanting to watch Liar Game. It's on my queue to watch it. It's one of those ones I'm gonna binge watch.
Marriage Toxin. Obviously, you're into that.
Apparently that has a great animation style to it. I
like let me show the poster because I like the colors in it. It's pretty
so ADHD,
vibrant.
Bright colors.
Yeah.
I did watch the first episode of My Ridiculous Reincarnation. What's a guy do when granted the ability to reincarnate everything? Try ridiculous combinations. It is a literal garbage anime, and I like trash anime, but this one is a fever dream. Our character dies, and he's like, first gods like evaluate him, and the gods find out they can like bid on him. And then they find out he's
drafty.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he's from Earth, and let's see his power, and it's like garbage. So they ended up casting him down to like the reincarnation. You gotta add a file.
We'll keep talking about that one because this is the Marriage Toxin one. I just saw.
Yes, this is Marriage Toxin here, and you don't have to save the reincarnated over and over again.
No, I won't. There you go. See, look at that. I like that. It's a vibrant, colorful, almost psychedelic poster.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay, back to the Crunchyroll thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And so he's given an option to reincarnate, but he has to wait for. There's basically a queue of people that are also waiting to reincarnate as that as well. So he goes, oh, I want to be a hero with a harem, and he has to wait 500 years or something like that for it, because there's so many people that want that.
The same thing.
Yes. So he ends up, I want to reincarnate as the hero with a harem, or I want to reincarnate as the hero, blah, 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 but as his rib. So he reincarnates as the hero's rib.
That's a ridiculous reincarnation.
So he's living the life inside of the hero, and everything is just catastrophically wrong. It's really bad. The animation is weird, and like there's so many different animation types in it, and it gets really weird. And I mean, it is a fever dream. I mean, people are doing shrooms when they're doing this anime. There's some weird shit going on in it, man. But
it sounds ridiculous already. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And watched any of those.
Okay, what is Needy Girl Overdose? That's just a bizarre title.
OMG Kawaii Angel seeks fame, but behind her smile, there's more than meets the eye.
Okay, whatever.
Didn't watch any of those.
You didn't watch Rent a Girlfriend?
No. Garbage ass anime. Did you watch Rooster Fighter?
We've talked about Rooster Fighter. It was fun. I haven't watched any more of it, but I want to. I can't wait to get back to it.
Yeah.
I could have watched that in Hawaii.
You could have.
Yeah.
You very well could have. You can go past that. We're coming up on the end here. We have the beginning after the end, season 2. We were really hoping they would have upped the quality in animation. They didn't. They did. This show was so heavily anticipated, and it absolutely got roasted for that stop frame animation.
I hate that. It's just a waste.
It's not necessarily stop frame animation. It was just really lazy animation. Instead of making characters move, they make the characters look like they're moving by adding the little fucking action lines by them and shit.
I despise that. It's so cheap.
Yeah. So that was a disappointment. They didn't improve on that at all. So there's
through that one.
Classroom of the Black Cat and a Witch. A wannabe witch meets a mysterious black cat who have more.
Who may have
more to him than meets the eye.
There's a lot of that on this page. There's a lot more than meets the eye.
Transformers. So our main character wants to be a witch, and she ends up meeting this cat, and it turns out this cat is cursed, and she has a special type of healing magic that can actually heal him and remove the curse. And the only way to do that is by kissing the cat's butthole. Yep. And that's because, it goes, it's funny because she's wanting to become his apprentice. And then the cat goes, well, you have to find this hidden secret in this library if you want to become my apprentice. And so you have 30 days to do it. And she's studying every day inside this library. And at the last day, she ends up finding the secret, and they go into this room and they're talking to this tome. And the tome is explaining to her that she does have this magic that can break the curse, but with a kiss. And she gets super bashful, and she's like, oh my God, I don't know. I've never kissed anybody. I don't know if I could kiss anybody on the lips that I don't love. And the tome goes, who said anything about the lips?
Okay, that's very clever.
And so they get attacked in this library, and she kisses the cat on the butthole. He transforms into this wizard that went missing, and he ends up getting ready to leave her, and he transforms back into the cat. And then the tome explains that she needs to be on equal level of power to him in order to fully break the curse. It's only temporary. So now the cat takes her on as an apprentice and training her to be a witch so she can get accepted into this academy so she could rise up and so on and so forth. But yeah, and then they explain that the magic transfers more efficiently through the butthole, and that's why she has to kiss him in the butthole. Weird Japanese fetishes, man. I swear.
My dad used to tell me that the Old West, they didn't use chapstick. Of course, they didn't have it. So all they would do is they would kiss donkey's butthole, because then you'd never lick your lips.
Well,
my dad had a lot of weird stories though too.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
The strongest job apparently is not a hero or a sage, but an appraiser. Provisional.
That's a great title.
I'm actually enjoying this one. I really am. Hibiki Manabi is transported to a world where monsters freely roam. Will he ever make it home? It's an isekai. He randomly wakes up in this prairie basically, and he has a bunch of overpowered skills. He has a world map skill, which is like a triple S rank skill. He has an appraiser skill, and so he is met by a very unique cast of characters. The first one is that massively fucking titted elf.
Now I have to share this picture.
Yeah, and it's funny because it starts off with the elf, and she gets kind of a message to go north or something like that, and she has to guide. And she's like, talking, and all of a sudden it zooms in on her chest, and the button is getting more and more stretched out, and then the button pops out, and her fucking tits come out. And I was like, oh, it's one of these animes. It's one of these just completely unadulterated fucking boobs right in your face at the very beginning of the anime.
What's your favorite kind?
Sometimes it can be.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna pull that picture up here for you folks, because I know when Devin said that, everybody's going, what's he talking about?
Massively titted elf.
And it would be This one coming right up.
It's loading.
There we go.
Loading. There we go. On the one next that's close to Scott with the green shirt. Yeah, and it is a regular occurrence that her fucking blouse breaks and her boobs pop out. So
what's a superpower, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
All right. I think that's pretty much it of all the stuff that I've watched so far. Oh, Wisteria 1 and Sword season 2. This is starting off as a banger, so definitely watch that one. And that's it. And that's it. I'm watching like fucking 4 or 5 anime on Crunchyroll. So the Avengers.
Well, we have a special. We're shifting gears here now. Avengers Doomsday will be out in the end of the year, December 18th. I'm not convinced it'll be the powerhouse that the previous ones were, but we'll see. At least box office wise. But we have some Oreos to share with you.
Yeah, that statue stuff of doom, a twist of power. I also think this is really funny because Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom.
Right.
And people are like, oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom. Do you think when he takes his mask off and people, the Avengers are going to recognize them as Tony Stark and this and how, blah, blah, blah. And that's going to be a twist. And I'm like, you fucking retards. Like, Dr. Doom doesn't take his mask off. It doesn't come off.
Is that true?
Yes. Like it's like a part of his body.
So it's like, I can't think of another example, but it's not removable mask.
Correct.
I was wondering if there's any photos of him yet, but probably not.
I don't think there was any photos.
Yeah. He's holding the mask at one point.
Yeah, he was holding the mask, but
yeah. Well, and here's, in a sense, that's not a bad question because there have been a lot of actors who are asked to play a role with the mask that covers their face.
Yeah.
Well, actors don't want their face covered.
Yeah.
Even Shaquille O'Neal, when he played Steel, had the mask cut in half, which was a big mistake.
Well, I mean, casting Shaquille O'Neal was just a big mistake in general.
Well, yes, it was a different kind of movie completely.
Yeah.
But then then you always circle back to Judge Dredd and what's his name? The guy from the
Sylvester
Boys.
Stallone?
No, the other one. The extremely bloody one.
Oh, the guy that plays Billy Butcher?
Yeah, I should know that.
Carl Urban?
Carl Urban. Yes, of course. They told Carl Urban, look, we're going to make this so that you don't have to wear the mask the whole time. We're going to fix it so people will know who you are when you're on screen, even when you're wearing the Judge Dredd mask. And he looked at them and said, if you do that, I quit.
Yeah.
Because it's not the character. The character wears the mask.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear, really. But,
yeah.
But actors, I get it too. You want to, how do you get the publicity when you're not wearing when nobody knows who you are?
Yeah.
So
we have a Dr. Doom Oreos. There was Avenger Oreos too that turned your tongue blue.
Yeah.
That was not the only thing they turned blue, by the way.
I will tell you because we have tried these, obviously, my wife and I, and blue is not the color you're going to get here.
Is it green?
We'll see. So it's just your standard Oreo.
And it says something about twisting it.
You twist it off, and then of course there's the black filling.
Yeah.
So let's try that black filling because I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay. It just tastes like a double chocolate Oreo.
It's almost
like
tasteless,
a fudgy Oreo. It's kind of just like, you know what? What if we make the cream of the Oreo taste like the cookie part of the Oreo?
I like that.
And then you just get a bite of just full cookie flavored Oreo. It defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah. Well, let's see the tongue.
Blue? Oh, it's like black.
Dang. Brutal. Anyway, that's
don't eat these around LAPD. We're getting shot. I think we're getting shot.
Oh wait. There's a picture of Dr. Doom on the cookie.
Oh yeah, there's Dr. Doom. Speaking of getting shot, do you hear about that dude that tried to Go to the White House.
I heard about the latest play rehearsal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The White House correspondent dinner. Some dude from Torrance.
Yeah, let's move on. I'm just sick of all that crap. I'm so sick of it. All right, let's see what we got here. You're doomed. We are, Mike. We're doomed.
We are. My shit is going to be jet black. I'm going to look like I have an ulcer in my stomach when I take a shit next.
Mike sent us some new music, which we'll play sometime in coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll add it to a theme or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put some video behind it because Devin and I sit in the background going like this. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I think it's beer of the week time.
Oh, almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
And you notice we have new Coors Light cups. What are they? No.
Oh yeah, they're Coors Light cups.
Oh,
yeah, look at that.
All right, I'm gonna put Devin on close up so you don't see my butt.
Don't. What if I just awkwardly stared into the camera with?
You can do that.
Just my weird blue eyes. This is Yuling. This is Yuling lager, traditional lager here. This is very popular, I believe, in New York. Good Lord. Yeah, I think this is where it came from. There is dust all over this can.
Is there?
Oh, yeah. Yuling or Yingling or something weird. Scotty's getting a little shot glass here for himself. Still can't drink?
Oh, no. That's off the table.
Oh. Permanently?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. But I will survive.
I was going to bring a Tarantula Mountain liquid candy too.
That's so good. That's a good beer.
It is a good beer. Costco in Westlake has 6-packs for $17.
Oh, really?
It's a pretty good deal because I think 4-packs are $19.99 in the grocery store. So
this Yingling is Johnny DeRuvo's favorite beer. It's a good beer. I'll go there. It's rare out here, and it's been an extremely popular beer. We used to have a sign up in the Friday Shot Day show that had the top 100 beers of the world, and Yingling was number 1.
Yeah.
So it is pretty tasty.
America's oldest brewery.
Mike, if you're still there, have you had Yingling? Hold that up to the camera, would you?
Yingling was popular on deployment.
Oh, there you go. So he has. All right. So what do you think about that, Devin Crow?
All right. Well, let's give it a shot. It's all right. I mean, it kind of just tastes like a banquet.
It's just a standard beer. I mean, that's what I mean about it. It's not, John going on about how it's his favorite beer ever. Like, it's not any different than other beers. It's a good beer. It's crisp. It's clear. It's refreshing, but it's not much different from other beers.
I mean, it's just a full-bodied lager.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's really all it is.
Mike says.
It's not like, it's just a lager. It's not like it tastes like a Coors Light or anything. I mean, it literally just tastes like a banquet.
Yeah.
It just tastes like a Coors banquet.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Nothing special about it.
I don't see how it's the number 1 beer, but I mean, is it a terrible beer? No. Would I go out and buy them? Also, no.
Yeah, I mean, if you see it, it's good enough to buy.
Like if I was gonna drink something like this, like if I was in mood for a lager, I'd probably go for a light lager, or a Mexican lager.
Yeah, I like the Mexican lager.
Like I would take a Dos Equis over this any day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was lucky about in Hawaii, and I know it's like this everywhere now because believe me, I've experienced it. But a lot of great 0-calorie beers out there, 0 calories, 0 alcohol beers, and a lot of great mocktails.
Yeah,
really good stuff. And I was worried about that because
mocktails are just fruit punch.
It really is. Yeah, you're right. But there's ways to fake you out so it tastes like there's alcohol in it.
Yeah,
and they did that everywhere. And
you just smell Shelly's drink, and then you drink it, and
you don't know how true that is. You don't know how true that is.
You just smell the alcohol.
So there's when we go to Hawaii, it's all about the tiki bars because there's 4 or 5 great tiki bars on Kauai. But
who would have thought there'd be tiki bars on Hawaii?
I know.
That's crazy.
There's a new one there called Flying Saucer that was a lot of fun too. That being said, I can't enjoy them like I used to, but every one of them had mocktails and every one of them had good mocktails. So,
well, I mean, it's just the same thing without alcohol.
It pretty much is, yeah. But that alcohol adds so many. A Mai Tai without alcohol?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. Shocker said he was one drink he wouldn't make at Harbor Cove Cafe because he couldn't make it work with the soju they had. So he wouldn't make a Mai Tai. I said, nope, it's not in the menu.
Yeah.
Now of course they have full bar and their Mai Tai is the best in town. So
yeah.
Anyway, not bad beer.
Hey Scotty, have you heard of the burnt peanut?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Okay, so the burnt peanut is probably the most popular streamer, the most popular streamer right now. I mean, when he's on Twitch, he's generally streaming to about 60,000 people live on Twitch, and probably another 40 to 45,000 people live on YouTube.
Okay.
And he's this guy, and his avatar, he's a VTuber, but he argues that he's not a VTuber.
Okay.
And yeah,
I'm not familiar with this person.
And he actually won VTuber of the Year last year in December. And very, very popular. Very, very popular. He says a lot of really funny and ridiculous. So like one time on the stream, someone commented that the USA sucks. And he was like, buddy, we got a flying black Dorito worth more than your GDP that could level you before I even finish this sentence. And he's from Texas, very, very popular. And so he started up his own Rust server and invited a bunch of Rust streamers to it. And of course, the streamer that I watched, Z-Chum, was invited, and Z-Chum does a lot of schemy stuff. Z-Chum did his Blood Club. And I don't know if I've told you about Blood Club before.
Doesn't sound
pretty
familiar.
sure I've talked about Blood Club last year for the Kingdoms event. Z-Chum had Baby No Money and actually headlined this club. And he builds this club in Rust and wires it, because you can do wiring and have like effects and stuff. And he had smoke machines and lasers and neon lights and stuff that he could change with his Stream Deck. Cool. And all on buttons and stuff like that. And he would sync it to the music that's being played and everything. And at the end of the set, he would push a button and it would open up doors, and there'd be turrets, and it would kill everybody in the club. It was like blood for the blood gods, Well, he decided to do Blood Club 3, and originally T-Pain was going to headline it. T-Pain actually headlined the first Blood Club ever. And normally the other guy that does music is another Twitch streamer by the name of Mr. Wobbles, and he does a lot of obviously music related stuff. And actually, funny enough, Mr. Wobbles had a concert in Los Angeles on Friday, and I was really thinking about going to that.
Would have been interesting.
I didn't. But so you had Mr. Wobbles headline it, and Z-Chum was, the Burnt Peanut was in Z-Chum's club when this whole thing is going on, and he gives people this false sense of security because all the doors are open up, and he pushes a button and all the doors close and lock, and everyone's locked in there. And at the end of the set, he hits a button and the turrets turn on, and they just start massacring everybody in the club. And but he last year he had merch for sale, the Blood Club t-shirt that he was selling, and all the profits from it went to the people that helped Z-Chum build the club.
Oh, nice.
And the people that performed and everything else like that. He did the same thing this year, and before the show had even started, Z-Chum was already at like $1,500 in profit for the Blood Club t-shirt sale. So if anybody wants a Blood Club t-shirt, you can go to zchum.com bloodclub.tv/merch, and you can find a link to purchase Blood Club t-shirts. I bought a couple.
Did you?
Yeah, I like supporting streamers when I get something in return. So getting a t-shirt, but yes, the burnt and here's the thing, Z-Chum and another streamer by the name of Kaylee, Kaylee_J, built this club on vanilla Rust, which means no mod access, basically. So they couldn't cheat the system. And Z-Chum really likes doing that to show what you can do in the game. You could really test the limits and so on and so forth. The only thing they used were generators in the game that gave them essentially infinite power, because then there would have to be windmills everywhere to kind of break the aesthetics of the game. But everything was built without cheating in the game, basically. So yeah, very
fascinating. I'll look into that some more. I'm gonna watch some Burnt Peanut and see what's going on.
Well, you can go to YouTube. I think it's just type in the Blood Club on YouTube, and his past 2 videos, the past 2 Blood Clubs are up, and how he built it and everything else. So yeah, I think the next one, Blood Club 4, is going to be his final iteration of Blood Club, and he's going to try and get Iron Mouse, who is a massive VTuber as well, to headline that for the Blood Club 4. He's going to call it the finale.
I wouldn't go to that concert if it was live.
I would.
The finale. I think the doors are going to be locked and other things going to happen.
Oh yeah. But it's also like a massive clip farm, because you have literally all of all these massive streamers inside here being like, holy shit, this is amazing. There's fucking laser shows and smoke machines and everything else like that. And like a number of them know what's going to happen because of other previous Blood Clubs.
Sure.
But a lot of these streamers have never played Rust before, so they don't know. They just see these massive thing, and all of a sudden they just fucking get murked. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So, yeah, it's very interesting. But I watched that. That was live last night, and I've watched all the Blood Clubs live. I've only seen 2 of them get the process of being built. The first one, I was watching Rust Kingdoms, but I didn't watch it get built. I was watching that, and that's why I started following Z-Chum on Twitch, because of the Blood Club. Yeah. So yeah,
I know it's not the same thing because it's done through earthquake.
You know what that is?
Yeah, 3.6 Calbazone. Anyway, Doug, my brother, has built a Conan server for the Conan game.
Yep.
And he loves it. And he builds, he's got a mammoth castle and whatever you call it there. And he builds traps for people and all that stuff. And that's fun alone, but that they got to start from scratch. So that's a big difference there. I was going to ask you about a video game because they released the trailer and the intro for the new James Bond video game, First Light.
First Light. Yeah.
And I really liked what they did. In fact, I'm thinking that maybe James Bond's future is going to be in video games and not in movies, because we all know Amazon's going to screw it up.
Well, didn't they announce a new 007 as a woman?
No. There was a 007 who was a woman, but it made sense. I thought the last movie.
They just made Amazon made an announcement that they cast a new 007 and it's a woman.
I don't think so, but we'll look it up. But hold on.
There was all kinds of drama because the person that was in charge of the director said that they were just doing it to piss people off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then that proves a point, because I didn't pay any attention to it. Yeah, see, Lashana Lynch played the first female 007. I'm gonna turn this off now. It's driving me nuts. In No Time to Die. And the reason is because you can have 007 is just a number.
Yeah.
So James Bond is 007, but now this Lashana Lynch played the new 007 because Bond had retired, and so she stepped into the 007 role. But I don't see anything about the Amazon movie.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there's no news. 42 minutes ago, no actor chosen.
Oh.
Yeah. They're just trying to piss you off. And by the way, Barbara, that might be, you have to understand this too. Barbara Broccoli, whose family has produced a James Bond movie since 1960, said James Bond would never be a woman, because that's not who the character is.
Yeah.
She tried to make a 007-ish movie with Halle Berry. What Halle Berry's character's name? Trixie or something like that.
Like that.
And the studio said no. So she was pissed. She said, well, then, why would I'll just keep doing. So I don't think they're going to cast a woman, but they're going to screw it up. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, this video game, the intro looks exactly like a Bond film.
Yeah.
So we got a comment in there. Oh, it was April Fool's.
Oh, it was an April Fool's prank.
And the game looks really cool. The song is perfect. It's Lana Del Rey doing the song. It looks like a James Bond movie opening. And again, it made me think that maybe this is where the series is going to take us to.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. I'm just saying, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
What do you mean about the game?
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Well, see, this was my question. My current computer couldn't play that game, but that one probably can, right?
That one might be able to. I would leave the side panel off because it's quite.
Oh yeah.
I would take the front panel off for cooling, but it could probably handle it.
I'm thinking about maybe taking that home and buying that game.
The GPU in that's a 960, so I don't know if it can handle it or not. You could just come over to my house and use one of my computers and play it.
Sit there and play it all day.
Yeah, just sit there and play it all day. I mean, it's not like I fucking do anything.
Sit there and drink Coke.
Wednesday through Thursday. I'm Wednesday through fucking Sunday. I'm home.
It's true. But anyway, I just thought that game interests me, and I know my computer at home is almost 10 years old. So
yeah,
it's a good computer, but it's So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
And speaking of nuisance, did you hear? I've talked about it before, but do you remember me talking about a nuisance streamer by the name of Johnny Somali?
Yes.
So Johnny Somali is a nuisance streamer that is known for going to other countries and obviously just being a nuisance and being a douchebag. He got arrested in Japan and for shit that he did. And instead of Japan jailing him, they deported him out. And then he went to, I want to say Iran or Israel, and was being a nuisance there and almost got arrested, but he fled the country. Well, he went to Korea. He went to South Korea and, did his normal bullshit live streaming nuisance nonsense. And Korea was definitely ready for him. And he got the first thing that he got caught doing. He was causing a ruckus in a convenience store. He was drunk. He was like throwing ramen and dancing, and that's actually a crime. It's obstruction of business. And then he caught a lot of flack for, there's these like women statues all throughout Korea, and it was kind of to honor these women that were forced into prostitution and stuff. And he fucked around with those, and he did this fake apology. But Korea fucking basically put a travel ban so he couldn't leave, and then they prosecuted him. And this was a few years ago, and he's been stuck in Korea this whole time during this prosecution, because when they're prosecuting you, they're not arresting you. You don't go into jail. You have to provide for yourself and figure out a place to live while
he's stuck there, but he's got to get a job or somehow make money.
He can't get a job because he doesn't have a visa for it. But anywho, he got prosecuted. And
his American rights don't follow him to Korea, so he doesn't have the First Amendment.
No. And so he had like 6 counts or 5 counts of obstruction of business, and then two counts of like distributing deepfake. And one of the charges he had was actually a sexual crime, because he was at like Lotte World, which is kind of Korea's Disneyland.
Okay.
And broadcasting inappropriate things, like wanting to say like the TTS. This is where people can chat, like pay something and it broadcasts over. And chat was saying things like he wants to impregnate a child and stuff like that. Well, he got prosecuted, and the prosecution originally asked for 2 years in prison with hard labor and to be registered as a sex offender. Well, for whatever reason, the judge was extremely light on him and actually gave him 6 months in prison, and with labor, and he has to register as a sex offender. Now, here's the thing. International law, if he has to register as a sex offender there, he has to register as a sex offender in the United States. So, but it's interesting because in Korea, the prosecution can actually appeal the ruling as well. They have 7 days. If they think the ruling is too light, they can actually appeal that and ask for a heavier ruling.
Oh.
And Johnny Smalley also appealed it, but it's funny because the appeal process is actually longer than his sentence. And he appealed it, not realizing he has to remain in prison during the whole appeal process.
I think the guy needs better lawyers.
The guy's in it. Well, his lawyer was telling me he was going to get off and he was going to get, deported out and this and that.
I mean, you do what as a lawyer, you do what your client says or you quit.
And the thing is we were all predicting that he was going to be a cabbage picker, because of the hard labor. Also. But because of the Sexual Crimes Act, he can't do that. So he has to do like real hard labor in prison. He can't leave the prison.
He's out there splitting rocks.
He's out there splitting rocks or moving metal around or cleaning toilets.
Was it worth it, dude?
So, and the thing is he's going to get out and he's going to go back and then he's going to start back up. And the same thing happened to another nuisance streamer by the name of Vitali. I don't know if you know that name. He did familiar. During this whole trial thing that was happening with Johnny Smalley. Vitali went to the Philippines and ended up getting arrested in the Philippines and spent about 6 months in Philippine prison while he was being prosecuted, and he got time served. But Philippine prison is
thank you.
No, yeah. And he got released and he came back to America. And Vitali used to do those catch a predator bullshit,
Yeah.
Well, he's in hot water right now because he was streaming his stupid little catch a predator, and they don't do due process with this. This isn't like actual catch a predator stuff. And they ended up mixing up 2 different people, and they started accusing this one guy, this Indian guy, and it turns out that they confused him. And so they started saying, oh, well, you have 2 Snapchats. And they started calling him a pedophile and threatening him. And then they were going to beat his ass and all this other stuff. And it turns out they had the wrong guy.
That's a problem.
And this was broadcasted live.
Yeah.
Right. And the guy, he was like, no, because the guy was like,
he's probably watching. Hey, wait, that's not me.
Yeah. He was like, what are you talking about? Has nothing to do. Like, no one ever told me the age. And this guy was into non-consensual, consensual. I don't know if you know what that is, but I don't want to get banned, but non-consensual, but consensual. So this guy calls the cops while he's being while they're in their face and stuff and all this other shit. And it turns out that Vitali got the wrong guy. And now he is being sued for defamation.
Yeah.
This was all live on YouTube and Kick and everything else like that. And Vitali is absolutely fucking screwed on this one. Legitimately.
I don't know why people think that because they're on YouTube, it gives them freedom to act and do those things.
Because here's the thing, it's not YouTube. Well, YouTube it's Kick.
Okay. Kick, or any of those channels, I should have said.
Kick is very loose with their rules and shit, and they pay a lot to their streamers on there. But here's the thing is people watch it and people donate all kinds like crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
And
they're paying for the bad behavior.
Yes, they're supporting this terrible and bad behavior. So it's
so funny because you know me, I won't even play a song here without direct permission from the artist.
Yeah,
because I don't want to get a cease and desist letter or anything like that. I'm terrified of that. I hate when I get a ding on my copyright when I'm broadcasting these shows, which doesn't happen very often because I don't put myself in there.
YouTube will ding you. If we play music, we can play music on Twitch. No problem live. Any music live.
Really?
Yes. What'll happen is that for the VOD, so if someone goes back and watches it, Twitch will put up a little note down at the bottom and says this contains copyrighted material. It's muted until that ends.
Oh, okay.
So they'll just
you can do that on YouTube too. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It'll just mute. You have permission to use my music. We didn't need your permission, Mike.
But I'm glad you did. I kind of assumed if you sent us to us, it was for.
He sent it to me just for me to hear it, and then I was like, I'll just send that shit to Scott.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah. But So yeah, and then in more drama, I had so much fucking drama that's happened. So this new game came out called Mouse PI Detective for Hire, and it's like a 1930s noir game, right? But it's called
sounds fun.
It's called a boomer shooter, which very similar to like Duke Nukem or Doom, you know?
Yeah.
And you get thrusted into a room and you kill all the enemies and then you go. And so see how Scotty's looking at the Steam page right now.
I may have to buy this game.
Well,
anyway, maybe I'm not going to have a chance. Tell me to finish your story.
Your computer would easily play this. Well, anywho, IGN, being IGN, they gave it a 6 out of 10. Now, it's not necessarily a bad score, right? But the reasons they gave it a 6 out of 10 are just absolutely ludicrous. One, the first thing, and again, I don't have a problem with this, and I watched Charlie, who's also known as Penguin Zero or Moist Critical. He was really giving this reviewer a hard time for this shit. But there's a lot of cheese references in the game.
Okay. Well, mouse
cheese, you know.
Kind of
and the guy was like, I'm just getting kind of tired of all the cheese references. That's fair. You could overuse a reference.
Sure. It'd be in a gangster game, it would be money or something. Yeah, still, yeah, sure.
And you know, the guy was also complaining that it's not really like a noir game, you know, like it's not really a detective style game, but it's not really advertised as that. It's a boomer shooter. You know, you go into a room, you're faced with a bunch of enemies, you kill all the enemies, and then you move on to the story. And Charlie was like, I don't have a problem with that complaint either. I get it. It's kind of on rails after you get out of the fighting sequences, the shooting sequences. You're on rails, and you don't have a lot of choices involved with that. It's like, I get it. That's fair. That's a fair point. But then the guy starts going on about how he doesn't understand how our character can go into a police station and shoot up a bunch of cops, and then the next day everything's fine. Yeah, it's because it's a fucking video game.
So you don't have a problem with a detective being a mouse, but you got a problem with that part of it.
Yeah. You know, so this guy's like roasting this game because there's no repercussions for the character going in and mass murdering a bunch of people, and then the next day it's perfectly fine. They act like nothing's happened. And it's just like, okay, first of all, it's a fucking video game.
Right.
Okay, it's a fucking video game, and it's a boomer shooter. Like, that's the whole premise of the game. You're faced with a massive amount of enemies, and you're shooting all these enemies, and then you move on to the story.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you expect?
It's like the same thing that people were, you know, one review, and this was an IGN did give Crimson Desert a shit score, but like another reviewer gave Crimson Desert a 0 out of 10 because there was no LGBTQ inclusion in the game. Like, you give it an automatic 0 because it doesn't fucking have
play
gay people in it. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy. These reviewers and IGN in general has become, for the most part, a joke. We kind of wait for new games to come out that we know are heavily anticipated to then go on to IGN to see what kind of bullshit they've said about this game.
See, so you guys are part of the problem because you've told them what you want.
Yeah, and that's the problem. They get exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And people are talking about IGN.
That's right. Yep.
And you know what do they say? Bad publicity is still good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons always said, I don't care what they say about me as long as they spell my name right.
Yeah. So it's pretty ridiculous. But I mean, this above all, it's just, you know, to complain about no repercussions for a character in a video game. Like, have you played video games before? Like, are you going to say this about Grand Theft Auto, about
Nukem, about any of those games?
Yeah, like, I don't understand how you can go and mass murder a bunch of police officers and then go to a chop shop and have your car edited, and all of a sudden your wanted level is now 0 because it's a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's the fucking stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard. And then it was like, oh, it's solid gameplay and this and that.
I want to see how much that game costs.
I think it's $29.99.
Look at that. Exactly right.
Yeah, it's $29.99.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun game.
I mean, if you like those boomer shooter games, which you obviously do, your computer could probably handle it. Go back to the Steam page. And then click on it. And then scroll all the way down. It'll have the performance recommendations.
I can't read that.
Oh, just keep going down. There we go. Up. Minimum requirement, 64-bit, Windows 10, Intel Core i5-9500, 12 gigabytes of RAM, a GeForce 1060. So this computer could not handle that. Storage, 11 gigs of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM.
I've got 32 RAM, so
yeah. You would just need
to try it.
You just need to figure out what graphics you have in your computer.
Yeah, I've got a GeForce, but I don't know what the model is. So
it's probably a 10. It's probably a 10 series.
Yeah, well, I'll try it. What the hell? It looks like a blast of a game. It looks like a.
Here's the thing: on Steam, if you buy it and it doesn't work, you can request a refund.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as long as you have less than 2 hours of gameplay in the game, you can request a refund.
It wouldn't take me 2 hours to figure out it doesn't play.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna look that up. That sounds like fun. And I also I'm looking forward to the James Bond game, but we'll see.
Yeah, you would need a built-out computer for that one.
It's too bad.
You would definitely need a built-out.
Because I'm going to need a new computer very soon because of the Windows 11 nonsense.
I still haven't upgraded to Windows 11, by the way.
No. Are you on one of the grandfather lists where you still get the updates though?
I do. I was getting updates, and then I got a thing saying this is the final update. And then if I want to update further, I have to pay. I can use my points though.
Oh,
my Microsoft points from having Xbox. Oh, and speaking of which, you know how Xbox Game Pass, they increased their rates, right?
Everybody is,
and it was like 20. It was like $20, I think, and it was like $20 a month, and you got unlimited access to Game Pass and downloading games on your Xbox and PC and all this other stuff. And then Microsoft just did a massive price hike in their service, and it went from like $20 to $30 a month. And I'm just like, I'm not paying $30 a month. So I canceled. $30 a month is a lot of money, right? And Josephine was using it more than me. They were downloading games on the Xbox and playing them pretty regularly. They were pretty bummed that I canceled it.
Well, tell her to get a $30 job.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Well, the CEO of Microsoft said that was a mistake, and they're rolling back their prices to being, I think it's $22.99 a month.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that was a mistake. And then for future titles, all the Call of Duty games that are on there now will be part of Game Pass. But for future titles, when Call of Duty is released, it won't be included in Game Pass at the time of release. It'll go on to Game Pass later on. They said 6 months to a year after it releases. But that's off to help cut costs.
That seems fair too.
Yeah, and I don't play Call of Duty, so like, that doesn't bother me.
A lot of people do. So
yeah, so it's good to see that these corporations are listening to their consumers and being like, well, we took a pretty massive hit from that, and instead of just being like, well, they'll be back.
Yeah,
they'll be back. $30 a month is a tall order. It's a huge ask. That's $10 extra a month.
Yeah.
120
a year. I mean, you do the math, it comes up quick.
Yeah. So it's good to see that they actually listened and they're rolling the price down to a more reasonable amount.
Yeah.
So
all right, one more thing we got to talk about because we watched this. Dust Bunny.
Yeah.
Devin, when I got back from Hawaii, Devin asked me if I'd seen Dust Bunny, and I had not seen it, but I'd heard a lot about it.
What's the dude's name?
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, yeah.
So good.
He is good, yes.
So Dust Bunny is about a hitman who is Mads, and he lives next door to a little girl who's convinced there's a monster under her bed. And she wants to hire him for $327, which she stole from church, to kill the monster under her bed. And, not much of it's a spoiler alert because the way the movie unfolds pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But there is, in fact, Mads is convinced that it's hitmen that are coming for him that have made her parents disappear and that have killed other people in the building. He discovers otherwise. There is, in fact, a monster living under her bed.
Yes.
And it's a fun movie. You know, a lot of things I really liked about this movie. I like the fact that the monster was cool.
Yes.
He was a cool monster. Cheap CGI that looked good.
Yes.
Because the movie was only a $12 million budget.
Yeah.
Great cast. You had Mads in it, and you had Sigourney Weaver. Hardly recognized her at first, though.
Yeah.
Took me a second to recognize Sigourney, but she's great in it as well. And I like the idea of mixing a hitman story with a monster story.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was a really fun, whimsical,
yeah,
horror comedy.
And the cinematography is glorious. It's a beautiful movie. And you might expect that from Brian Fuller, who wrote and directed it, because he did Pushing Daisies. He also did some Star Trek. He's got a very visual style to his storytelling. And this was glorious. I mean, the scene in the restaurant where they're at, the way he blurred the flowers, there's like a bouquet of flowers behind each of them, and he blurred it with speed blur. So it looked like they were moving when they weren't, even though the characters were sitting still.
Yeah.
It was just cool.
Yeah. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's perfect in any way, but I mean, it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
What is it? 90 minutes long, I think.
It's very reasonable length.
It is a reasonable length. Yeah. And it was just a fun watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a really fun.
But I also know what you mean. It doesn't quite gel. You wish it just was a little tighter or something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite get there, but it's still, that doesn't hurt it. It's just a fun movie, and just go for the ride.
Yeah. It's a fun movie. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
That's where I don't know if that's where you watch.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah, it's on
friggin' commercials. And I'll tell you, those commercials, I don't care what anybody says, they can ruin a movie. There's a scene in this movie where something big happens, immediately cuts to a commercial, then something else happens, and I was thinking, well, Sigourney Weaver walks in, and I'm like, well, where'd she come from? When is this? I thought, did they leave something out? No, but the cut where they put the commercial made it seem longer. If you would have seen that scene in one fluid moment, you would have understood it.
Interesting.
But it screwed it up.
Do you have AT&T?
Yes.
Do you have their unlimited plan?
Yes.
So look into your AT&T plan, because I have HBO Max through AT&T.
So do I.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And you have commercials?
Yep.
I don't have commercials.
I hate you. We can pay $7 a month for no commercials, and I just might do that.
Yeah, I think because it's so the HBO Max thing is not free, by the way. You actually pay like $5 a month.
Oh, we're paying free. Ours is completely free. So maybe that's the difference.
Yeah. Well,
that's why we have commercials.
So the thing is, on the AT&T thing, it looks like it's free, but it's actually.
I'm sorry. I don't have AT. I do have AT&T, but I'm watching it through Spectrum. Spectrum.
Oh.
But I wonder if I could go to AT&T.
You might be able to go to AT&T. Look over. You can call AT&T and see if you have HBO Max included in your plan, because mine's included through AT&T, and I don't have commercials on mine. It's like $5.99 a month. Part of it.
Gladly pay $5.99 a month for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah,
because it's completely free.
I didn't know HBO Max had commercials. That's when you were saying commercials. I was like, HBO Max has commercials? That's fucking crazy.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. It screws up a movie. So
yes, it can.
The day they start putting commercials in the middle of movies in the theaters is the day I stop going to theaters.
Well, did you see? I know we're running a little longer, but
I was at the gym today. So.
I know. Did you see the Sony CEO at that conference? He was talking about how movie theaters, we need to get more people back in the theaters, and how movie theaters need to cut the crap with the commercials at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, you need to get rid of that stuff. We need people back in here. And these fucking ads are ruining the movie experience for moviegoers, and it's keeping people from coming into the movie.
Well, then why doesn't he give them more of the cut?
Yeah.
See, this is where the battle starts. He's complaining about them not getting people in the theaters because of the commercials, but he won't budge on his 90% intake of ticket sales.
Yeah.
So you got to, make it 80%. Then maybe we won't have to deal with commercials.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with movies, by the way, is those fucking commercials. I don't really mind before the movie starts and you're sitting in the theater waiting and there's all those little ads and shit like that. But when the lights dim and they're dark and the movie starts playing and the trailers are there and I get fucking ads for Progressive and Geico and, all this other shit, like, okay, shut the fuck up. I don't want this in my movie experience.
Show the commercials first, show the trailers, show the movie.
I don't even want show the commercials before the lights dim.
Yeah.
Right? Before the lights.
The whole time that people are sitting down, run those commercials.
Yeah, run the ads. Run the fucking ads. As soon as the lights turn out, it should just be trailer and then movie. Because there's been times where I've been in a movie and there's trailers playing and then a commercial comes on for some fucking solar panel shit or insurance or it's mostly insurance, and then another trailer and then the movie plays. No, I don't want to see a fucking commercial when I'm paying, $60 for me and the family to go and watch a fucking movie. I don't want to see fucking commercials, right? It's, oh God, I fucking hate it so much. And the movie hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, no. And now they tell you allow half an hour before so the movie says 12:30. They're telling you to get there at 1 if you don't want to see the
commercial. Yeah, Mike, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. I can't fucking stand it.
What does Mike say? I saw Project Hail Mary 30s and didn't see commercials. Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, it's a little crazy. And the studios, like guy from Sony can bitch about all he wants, but until he's willing to make concessions with them, then it's not going to change. They need to get that money somehow.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is when they play the same commercial 2 or 3 times.
Oh God, it's awful.
Then I just burn. Oh God, it's just infuriating. We probably should go before we get in a fight.
Did you see there's a new Jason Statham movie coming out?
Yeah, hell yeah, Mutiny.
Yeah.
You see Jason in is it May or is August, right?
August. Yeah. It's funny, it's that anime Shadows of the Demon Realm.
Yeah.
The Demon Realm. The female character in it, she's like, the only man I'm going to marry is Jason Statham. And so there's like 2 characters that have the main character. It's a male and they're working for this other organization. And they have to pretend to be husband and wife. And in the last episode, he shaves and she was like, what did you do? And he's like, they've seen my face. So I figured I must have shaved. And she was like, the only thing that made you kind of look like Jason Statham, you got rid of it. She mentions Jason Statham like 3 or 4 times in the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, we're going to pull the trailer for that Statham movie before we get.
I haven't even seen the trailer. My friend Michael Laura, actually, not Mike Thomas, but Michael Laura. He's the one I've been going and seeing the Jason Statham movies in theater. And he sent me, he's like, this comes out around my birthday, so it's your treat this time. And I was like, fine.
Hell yeah, go see Jason.
Yeah.
There he is right there.
It's Jason Statham on a boat this time.
Mutiny. And by the way, you haven't seen the trailer. Yes, you have. It's the same as all the other trailers.
I know. You've seen one Jason Statham trailer. You've seen them all.
Exactly.
I still think Jason the Beekeeper is probably Jason Statham's most perfect movie.
It's a great movie. It's a perfect Jason Statham.
It is a perfect. I think it is the best Jason Statham has made.
I love the scene so much where all the guys are standing on the front porch of, I don't know if it's the White House or it's not the White House, but it's some important building. And they're discussing the many ways that Jason Statham could get in behind their back.
Oh, that was the party. That was the party. Yeah.
And he walks up to him and goes, no, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the front door and you guys aren't going to stop me. It's just freaking great.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be reporting on that a lot too. All right. We're out of here.
All right. I'm going to send you, let's see who is streaming right now. Oh, Reese is streaming right now. Pico is serving right now. Dirty Trout is doing a subathon. He has 184 hours left of his subathon. Ola Gato live. You know what? I think I'm going to send you to Ola Gato. She is on Peanuts, the Burnt Peanuts server right now, and they are one of the talented artists that do all the Rust art.
Oh, cool.
In the game, and these are absolutely amazing. So I think I'm going to send you. I think I'm going to send you to Ola Gato.
We'll say goodbye now.
Well, let's see. Start raid.
Because we get 30 seconds after I hit the end button. So
you're good. You can go ahead and hit the.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.